Welcome to Amusings with Chelsea and Angie.
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Angie.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
So exciting. We are finally in our little studio area, finally podcasting for the first time.
Yay!
It's only took us how many episodes?
I think we're on 44.
Woo! And we got a bunch of little guests in here. It's kind of fun.
Our captive audience, yeah.
Yes, it's a bunch of Angie's kitties. They're so sweet. Let's go ahead and start talking about topics. We don't really have a whole lot to movie-wise or TV show to chit-chat about because, again, we're kind of in that funky phase of new shows coming out soon, but not soon enough. 911, I told you, came out with their first episode and second episode came out last night. Awesome, I thought, for ABC to take over for them, and they did a good job going through the gate, especially being season 7. Was it slow on some points? Yes, but overall, good so far.
I watched the first half, and then I had to switch because Ghosts was on, so I switched channels. So I got to the point where Bobby stood up in AA and says, "I think my wife is avoiding me."
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, so I have to go. Where do they repeat? Do they repeat on Disney?
I don't really know. It is so hard to keep track of some of those right now. I know if all else fails, Hulu's got 90% of it.
Oh, okay, Hulu.
Okay.
Because Disney owns Hulu and Disney owns ABC. So if it's on ABC, it should be on Hulu.
But it's like the next day. That's what kills me. Like, the episode for 911, the second one, just came available at 4 a.m. this morning. And I was like, I will have to wait till later. So there's that. Big news, though. House of Dragons finally dropped 2 trailers. Not one, but 2.
I have read all the articles that say, here's the breakdown of the dueling trailers. And I'm like, I should really go and watch the trailers because I've just been, I've been dicking around and I just haven't gotten to it.
Well, let me tell you what. The 2 the 2 trailers, oh hot damn. You know, you're either your team black or your team green, okay? There's no ifs, ands, and buts. I know, I don't think you're with me. I'm on team black. Weren't you on team green?
I'm not team green.
Okay, good deal. No, that was Daniel. Daniel's on team green. Sorry, my fiance's on team green. And I am like, no. We don't talk when House of Dragons is on.
I have been team black whole time. I told you that chick annoyed the bejesus out of me.
She did. She really did. But the Team Green trailer is the first one that premiered, or at least that I saw. Mm-hmm. And right out the gate, they're talking about, Viserion dying, and Edmund is that how you say his name, I think, is taking over the throne, taking it away and stuff, and she's talking about just losing her husband and fighting for what's her son's rightful spot and all this other stuff, and I'm sitting there just, my blood's already boiling. I'm like, oh.
You're just like, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
You slept with your best friend's dad. It's a Lifetime movie.
Yes. And then you got the dad, literally, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, they should, oh my god, if she just would have freaking Dracarys already, this would have been over.
Anytime I see him, I'm like, you're Xenia Lovegood, and you tried to turn in Harry Potter, you traitor cow.
So, and then Team Black trailer premieres.
Just a bunch of blondies.
Yes, but blondies. But dear Lord, it was just, punched through, flames flying, ready to go, saying, I'm fighting back for my throne that was rightfully mine and it was taken from me. My dad always wanted me on the throne, blah, 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 blah. Not knowing what was truly said on the deathbed before he died. And so I'm sitting there just like, oh, you dumb bee, if you only knew. The only one that knows the truth is his daughter, and dear Lord, Team Black, let's go. Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, I know the outcome, but Team Black.
I just want to see them, like, all in black and, like, red stripes, like, it's blood, and they're like, Viking! Viking!
Well, let me tell you what. I saw plenty of little clips of dragons, so again, this season, I think we're going to see more dragons, and I'm totally okay with that. I'm absolutely ecstatic. I can't wait. It's not till July, so I'm like, but you already, I know, because, I've only got 4 months left, and little baby gets to come out, so I'll get to enjoy it with the baby. So, I mean, it's the year of the dragon. What perfect world am I in?
I am going to buy those little wings that you can put on the cats, and I'm gonna premiere party. I'm gonna dragon up my babies.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. I may do that to my baby if it's here by then.
Here, baby, I got you some wings.
So, but yeah, no, I'm totally stoked for that. And the other thing that premiered out that I saw the trailer for finally was Beetlejuice. Did you see that? Oh my goodness. Michael Keaton, here we go again.
I saw the trailer for Star Wars Acolyte.
Okay, so you said the name right because I could not say the name right.
And I'm not 100% sure what it's supposed to be about.
You and I are kind of on the same page right there of not being totally sure, but at the same time, I'm interested. I'm more interested in this than I was with the one.
Oh, Rogue One?
Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just, please don't be that. I'm interested, please don't be that. Be better.
I think it's at the beginning of the Jedi Order, because it doesn't seem like there's a set kind of...
It's supposed to be at the beginning. It's supposed to be like kind of how the Jedi started and stuff like that. And as the...
Of course, if you have a good, you have to have a bad.
Yes,
so
and that's where you're starting to see the bad show up.
Yeah.
Because you haven't really seen them. You've seen the good. So that's what that was supposed to be about. That was actually one of the discussions at your favorite place, Comic-Con.
Whee!
That they discussed about the new Star Wars and the plan for Star Wars with Disney. Mm-hmm. So, Disney, you've been doing great with the television shows. Keep that up for Star Wars.
Marvel needs work. It's kind of hit and miss.
It's kind of hit or...
Like, maybe pick better characters that... Like, I didn't give two shits about Moon Knight. And I still really...
Yeah, I couldn't even... I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know this person. I actually had to go back and look, and I'm like, oh.
And She-Hulk...
No.
Now, Ms. Marvel, I was hesitant because I read the comic, so I knew what her powers were. So when I heard that they weren't doing it like I thought, I was like, no. Then we watched the movie, The Marvels, and I really liked it, and so I went back and I watched Ms. Marvel, and it's a really good series.
Well, see, there you go. But I think they've kind of hit like a wall a little bit with Marvel, and they need to get some life back in it, get it going again. Because Marvel's good. You've got plenty of people, and you set all this up. You knew what was going to happen, and then the new ones that have been coming out kind of been like, wah, wah.
Yeah. And I think that's what they're doing right now, because I haven't seen any Marvel shows.
No, anything announcement-wise or anything like that. They kind of stalled it.
Yeah, the only thing I've heard was, Wolverine, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Which is about daggum time. I'm ready to see some Deadpool. And you better not mess it up. You better not mess it up.
It involves the Time Variance Authority from Loki, and that
worries me.
It doesn't worry me. It makes me think that because I thought his girlfriend died in the beginning of Deadpool 2, which sent him off on that whole, trip with cable and so I think that what we are seeing is that's a variant from the bad timeline, so they're going in.
Well, and there's another variance with another trailer that came out. It was the new Spider-Man with Venom.
I didn't see it. Why am I missing all the trailers?
So, mine's because of TikTok. It's been catching up,
Oh.
which TikTok right now is under all that.
Iffy, yeah. So
Yeah.
I have been away.
I know, but you have to kind of get on there, otherwise you're missing. I feel like you're missing a whole lot. Facebook shows some, but they're not showing everything unless you're like following a bunch of pages. And I've got so much that I'm following; it's hard to keep up, and especially with sports and everything else. It's hard to get in there and just try to watch them. So TikTok, I sit there and I'm like, okay, kid, swipe next. So she swipes so I can just listen to the stuff that's going on. Of course, politics and all that is all over the universe. I'm like, okay, go. Yeah. But when the trailers are popped up, I'm like, whoa. Send that to your big daddy and we'll watch that later. She's like, okay. So she sends it and we watch it later and I'm like, oh, it's important. I need to start sending them to you probably.
I've only been going on Instagram really to post my crochet little thing.
Well, it's got the trailer I saw wasn't Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
The second one was Andrew Garfield.
CG. Garfield. So he was in the trailer along with the main Venom character, and I was just like, okay, I can see something. This is gonna be good.
See, now that's either time variant or when Doctor Strange screwed all.
It's whenever it got all time variants. I think got all screwed up. So it's going to be interesting in what's going on. Because at the end of the second Venom is whenever he got like this headache or whatever. He woke up, he was in Mexico, and Venom's like, oh no, get Spider-Man. And, it cuts out. That was that little clip at the end. Mm-hmm. And so this is where that's picking up. And so I'm super stoked about that because I do like Venom. Venom's like one of my favorite characters as far as Spider-Man's side. Because I think he's funny. And the actor...
Wasn't there a bit of him in the Doctor Strange movie?
I don't remember. I think you're right. I think it was like a minute clip, like very short, very small. But overall, I'm super ecstatic about that.
Did you ever watch the end of Loki to find out what happened to him?
No, you were supposed to remind me to go back and watch it, and I know we're sidestepping from Marvel real quick, but I do have to tell you Beetlejuice trailer real quick, okay? So Michael Keaton coming back as Beetlejuice, super excited and stuff like that. Your girl from Wednesday is in it. The girl that plays Wednesday, she's in it. So I know you're going to want to see that because of her. It's going to be good. You know it is.
Well, I mean, no, I'm just, as an actor, she's fine. As a person,
Got that. But I'm saying actor side-wise, I think it's going to be a good movie. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was just my little tidbit before I forget because you know that I'm forgetful.
I don't think I've seen the entire thing of Beetlejuice. Yes, we are gasping because there's a ton of movies that I have not seen the full one of.
I know, it's so horrible. So, I'm trying to think, was there anything else that I saw come out? There's exciting stuff coming out, at least this summer, coming soon. Maybe this fall and stuff like that.
They're going to make up all that money that they lost when they were
on strike. Absolutely. And I'm okay with that. Yeah. I mean, we're going to have a cram-packed couple of podcasts, I think. Hope so.
The Guy Ritchie movie with Henry Cavill and Alan...
Yes, and...
Reacher, basically.
Yep.
That one looks really good.
The Fall Guy.
Yes.
I cannot wait to see that. I love the trailer.
I loved the series. We watched it all the time on ABC. I swear it was on Saturday night with Lee Majors.
See, I did not know that. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, he was a stuntman, and he was also a bounty hunter.
Huh. So there was... do you remember Roadhouse?
Oh, yeah. No, Dee has seen it. Dee is the expert in Patrick Swayze movies. So.
Okay. So, but you know what it is.
I know what it is, yes.
Okay.
It is not an MMA thing. It is a bar in Texas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Prime, I believe is the one that got it.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime. Again, we're not affiliated with anything. I'm sorry. We should have said that at the very beginning, but that's okay.
But if you'd like to
hit us
sponsor
up.
us, we are willing.
Absolutely. But anyway, so Amazon Prime came out with a remake of they're calling it The Roadhouse.
Oh, see.
So it's kind of like spaced out is what the place is called, and it's based off in Florida. We went ahead and watched it last night. Look, I love me some Jake Gyllenhaal, okay? I do. But don't mess with Roadhouse, okay? Patrick Swayze was a classic. It's still a great movie to watch. I get this one's not supposed to be exactly like that one.
Oh, is it not?
It is, but it isn't. Because they're doing everything based in Hawaii. It's a bike club at first that you think, and then it's not. It really goes back a little bit further and deeper, and it's just like...
I thought it was... Okay, the original was it not a bar in Texas?
Yes, but this one's in Florida, in Key West, in the Glass Keys.
No.
So, there was that, and then we watched The Gentleman, the first 2 or 3 episodes of it, which you said you watched the originals.
No.
I thought you did. Okay.
No, I know, but what the movie was about.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, the movie. But this is into a TV show. I personally enjoy it. It was actually kind of cool, and each episode would leave you at like a little bit of a cliffhanger, and you're like, oh, what the heck? So you gotta watch the next episode so you see what happens. So they got me hooked. Way to go. So there was that. And then, I also watched that show with Perot. You know, the one that you said you watched the original shows or whatever with like Death at the Nile, the investigator Perot.
Uh-huh.
The TV show, though. The one that I finally started watching that.
Oh.
And I see where you're getting at, like you like him as a Perot versus the other one. I know, I am all over the place, but it's just... I finally started catching up on watching other stuff that, you and I have talked about and wrote down. So...
Speaking of Jake Gyllenhaal, I'm just gonna... If you never want to like Jake Gyllenhaal ever again, watch the movie Okja. O-K-J-A. You will hate him like I do for the rest of your life. I kid you not.
You're funny.
I saw it, I bawled my eyes out,
Aww.
and then I said, curse you, Jake Gyllenhaal! I know you're just playing a role, but you played it too good. Now that is stained on my brain, and I hate you to your core.
But that's what I'm saying. He's such a good actor. He's good at making you either love him or hate him or...
Oh, I am so in the hate zone. I will never, ever get back to the good zone after watching that movie. Did you ever watch Poker Face?
I did.
Okay, remember the barbecue one?
Mm-hmm.
Where the guy woke up in the morning and was like, I'm never gonna... And he quit cooking meat? It was because he watched that movie.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Yes, because he was helping her and she had the DVDs of stuff in her trunk. And he's like, hey, do you mind if I watch some of these? And she's like, yeah, knock yourself out. And then he picked up Okja. And then the next morning, he quit meat, everything. And then she, I guess, saw it in... She's like, oh no, he watched that movie.
That's like oh Lord, I can't think of the movie, like that
Saltburn.
Yeah. You had to give me a minute. You just showed me a clip and I don't want to watch it because I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. Why?
Now, every time I hear one of my favorite treadmill songs, Murder on the Dance Floor by Sophie Ellis-Bextor, that stupid movie where he's walking around in the house just shaking his thing.
Yep.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
Don't watch it. Run. So there's been that, and I'm trying to think what's some other stuff.
I have been watching Summer House. I started from season 1.
You've had a session with that here lately. watching, trying to get all caught up.
I think I'm on season 5, and it's different than the Housewives because these people have Monday through Friday lives in New York City, and then during the summer, from like Memorial to Labor, I think is what they go. They go up to the Hamptons and they all rent a house, and so they go up there every weekend. And they're friends, and shit gets real.
And you really enjoy that stuff. That's your go-to stuff, the trash TV.
Yeah, nothing like taking half a gummy and watching garbage TV to just decompress and chill out my fibromyalgia.
Which has been doing a lot better since you got that nice little shot cocktail thingy-mabobber.
Yes. The little Myers cocktail that they gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And the pain meds. And anti-inflammatory. That's what it was. So my swelling went down. I haven't had any horrible bone ache, which were a new thing to me. I'd never had those horrible pinchy,
they were bad.
Yes, like
couldn't get out of bed, couldn't go to work.
Crying bad.
And then, of course, your toe.
Yes.
That just added to the top. So, speaking of your trash TV and, the real stuff going on, let's hop across over to the pond, because I know you have a lot of mixed feelings about stuff going on, and we're going to go ahead and talk about it, because, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We don't sugarcoat it. We just say it. So,
it's a slow news day in America when the big news is that
across the pond.
Yes.
The Princess of Wales,
Kate.
Catherine.
Kate.
Yeah, Kate has been diagnosed with cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And when they finally posted this picture of her, oh my gosh, she looks so skinny.
Well, she
was skinny before, but she looks like...
Well, okay. She had whatever surgery it was, and then she was in there for 2 weeks in the hospital.
Yep.
You don't get a whole lot of sunlight and stuff in there.
I understand that, but
and
she looks like she dropped another 10, 15 pounds.
You don't know what they took out of her.
True. True. But this is coming after the news of King Charles, not the king in our eyes,
yes.
King
Upchuck,
that has been diagnosed with cancer as well.
Yes.
So it's like a double...
He has nut cancer, which doesn't bother me because the dude never had balls in the first place. Because I think his mom kept them in a jar.
I don't know why. Well, the way you said it in your face was just
because I cannot
you have to see
my eyes back far enough.
So...
But the only reason that I think she finally came out was because they tore her a new one with that picture thing.
Yes, where it was digitally enhanced, modified, whatever the case may be. And they were just ripping across the coals with her on this. And she was like, oh, well, I wanted to try editing it and all that. And everybody's like, a bushi?
Mm-hmm.
As that baby said, in the little meme.
Everybody's like, so what do you think is going on with Kate? And everybody's like, I think she's dead.
Yeah. They're like, we want to see her. Bring her forth. We want to know what's going on. And they bring this news, and all of a sudden it's like, ooh, snap. Everybody got quiet.
None of this would have happened had she not posted that weird shit.
But I don't think it was necessarily her. I think it was probably the entourage of the crown.
What they call the machine.
Yes. And I think the way that the machine did this was very dirty, and I honestly don't think she wanted it to come out like this. And the only reason why I think that is because, number one, the kids. That was my first thing. You let the kids know, you give them time to get acclimated, because that's a hard news to hit, that your mom, your dad, you can only imagine it. So I could absolutely understand the fact that she wanted to keep it private, let the kids get acclimated to it before everybody and their brother freaking knows, and it's all over the tabloids and everything else, and they can't even walk outside without hearing about it. Totally understand that. So I think they did her dirty in this way.
What? You think the machine behind the royal family would do something dirty?
This is just more and more that you just want to just hate them about it. And then I just want to say this. That title, Princess of Wales, is freaking cursed, okay? I'm telling you, the title's freaking cursed, okay? I pulled up some stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell you about it, and you tell me what you think. I mean, there's some that I'm like, okay. But, anywho. So, the first Princess of Wales was Joan of Kent. This was in 1326 to 1327. She was Princess of Wales from 1361 until her husband's death in 1376. She married Edward of Woodstock, known as the Black Prince, if you remember that story. He was King Edward III's eldest son. Edward III was Joan's half-first cousin. So they're cousins that got married. Her husband, that was due to be king, died before inheriting the throne. So their son got it, Richard of Borax, which was later King Richard II that became king. And she became the Dowager Princess of Wales. So she never got to be queen. She only got to stay as a princess.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, okay.
The next name that you're going to recognize is actually, is Anne Neville. And if you know anything about history with
Is that the White Queen?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the White Queen's husband's brother's kid. They married the other two brothers. So she actually married Richard, who put the two boys in the tower. And boop, 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 went disappearing. So anyway, when she was married to Edward, she married Edward, Prince of Wales, and their son was the heir to the King Henry V. Edward soon died, and then she married Richard, Duke of Gloucester, if I'm saying that right.
Gloucester?
Yep, you got it. The young brother, King Edward V, skipped forward in the history because of all the stuff that would happen against the battle against the Tudors. And then basically Anne got to skip the Princess of Wales and became king until the death of her husband out in the field of Bosworth, where he was murdered again.
Okay, but she wasn't the Princess of Wales then.
Her title was Princess of Wales.
You said she skipped it.
So when she married Richard, she had that title.
Well, nothing bad happened to her.
Yeah, her husband got murdered on the Battle of Bosworth, on the field. Got drugged and everything else, and she had to run in hiding, and yeah, it was just a bad ordeal. Then, you'll recognize this name. Are you ready? Catherine of Aragon.
Mm-hmm.
Recognize that name? Arthur's husband, a.k.a. King Henry VIII's husband, or wife.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, she had that title. And then, of course, when Arthur died, she ended up marrying Henry and became queen and everything else. And then when Henry decided to divorce her, remember that, she then became the Dowager Queen, Princess of Wales, and took on that title and left it at that.
Well,
and then
nothing bad happened to her.
She died like 2 years after the divorce from grief because he locked her up, basically. It's not good. And she lost her child and all that because he took her away.
Would you want Henry's kid, though? First of all, you'd have to sleep with the fat bastard, and that's disgusting. You have to be a serious gold digger to do that.
There's a couple of girls that had the title of Princess of Wales. They did okay, but a lot of them didn't get to make it to queen because
Queen's not that great either.
Their husbands died and so on and so forth.
They lose their heads.
People abdicated from the throne.
But, Lady Jane Grey, who was queen for 9 days, I think, and then they killed her.
The only one that was the longest title of Princess of Wales was Alexandria of Denmark, before she became queen. But you know about that one. And then, of course, you keep going on. And
of where? Wait a minute.
Alexandria. She became,
I never understand how it's, Alexandria of Denmark if you're in line for the throne of England.
She married Albert Edward, Prince of Wales, and the son, heir apparent. She became Queen Victoria. She's the one that took on Victoria from Alexandria. But she was a good queen for a while. Yeah, it keeps going on.
So
and then
basically, Heavy, is the head
that wears the crown. And in this case, that crown is pretty daggum heavy. Because then you get to poor little Diana, which was the ninth person.
I told you, it's the machine.
Only the ninth person to have the crown.
That's the machine.
And she gets murdered. And then you got, hold on. I had to go. They technically title her, but she doesn't she doesn't take on the title. She does the Cornwall. It's your favorite person.
The Sea Hag.
The Sea Witch.
She reminds me of
Camilla Parker Bowles.
Did you ever watch Popeye the Sailor Man?
Yes.
And the Sea Hag?
Yes.
Tell me that is not what she looks like.
It is, like 110%. So she is...
Every time I see her picture, I just want to draw a little board on her nose and just say, oh, Sea Hag.
I just want to punch her. Okay, I just do. But this is what made my skin crawl. Okay? And you tell me what you think. It says, yes, Camilla Parker Bowles technically held the title Princess of Wales from her marriage to Prince Charles until her ascension to the throne. But due to popular associates with Princess Diana, Camilla instead was styled as Duchess of Cornwall, one of Charles's junior titles.
Mm-hmm.
No, you did not have that title.
Because everybody knows that Diana Spencer will always be people's princess of Wales.
Thank you.
So, suck it.
Exactly. And now you've got Kate Middleton that took over the title and hasn't had it even... It's just barely a full year, right? In theory. So, I'm just like...
I bet the royal family is biting their ass now that they pushed Harry and Meghan out. Y'all are a bag of stuck-up biscuitches.
But a lot of people had, before the stuff came out about Kate with cancer, was that William was having an affair like his daddy.
I had heard that from, prior to them even getting married, that he had a side piece. At least one.
I'm just like, like father, like son. Like father, like son. So, I really hope he was raised better than that. I don't know, Charles was probably like,
no.
Well, son, the way I did it was...
You know who's not having an affair?
That would be
the normal one?
The spare.
The one that has his head out of his ass? Yeah, that'd be Harry.
All that stuff going on in the news-wise. At least this week and all that. So craziness and I told you so's. For everything that's going on and conspiring right now, I don't wish it upon anybody to get cancer because cancer sucks. Okay?
So does Alzheimer's.
Yes, absolutely.
So does any disease, really.
Any disease where you are literally walking dead or a walking corpse or everything's just gone.
At least if you hope someone death, hope that they get hit by a smelly garbage truck fast.
And it does the job.
Yes.
Because you don't want to be like, some of those people that jump off the super high overpasses that think that's going to kill them and it doesn't. I'm like, why?
Yeah, dumbass.
I'll be like going up to the prison, put the shot in me and put me to sleep. Night night.
I would just want somebody.
You take me out quick. I cannot. No.
I will always remember this on. It was on an episode of In the Heat of the Night, and they were talking about death penalty, and it's all how everybody, no matter what they say, any different, hanging, electrocution. A gas chamber, whatever, everybody's going to say it's cruel and unusual punishment. And Carol O'Connor's character said the only way that it would never be cruel and unusual is if you told the prisoner you're free to go.
True.
And as soon as they left, you put a bullet in the back of their head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm like, true, because now they're like, oh yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm gone. Peace. Dude.
Like, you think you get to enjoy the rest of your life. Because they're going to say that any time that you know that your end is coming up and that finite moment, that you're causing undue stress on the person that's supposed to be being punished.
Unless they deserved it.
Right, because...
Like, harming children, because that is absolute zero tolerance.
Right. If you rape and murder someone, you should feel the exact same way that your victim did.
Absolutely. Hell, kill them the same way you did them.
That is called Hammurabi's Code. Or as you saw in the first episode of House of Dragons, when they were just lopping hands off and they were lopping dicks off, and I didn't need to see that little man's little wiener and then it be separated.
Oh my god, that was so funny. You messaged me immediately as we're watching it.
I did not need to see dicks. Too many boobs.
Chop, 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 chop,
dicks.
chop.
Can you imagine how much money we would have saved House of Dragons if we'd have said, you know what? The dick cutting off seems like a lot of CGI and special effects that we don't need. And then, so you just cut that out. Hands we get. But you're going to have to make a little prosthetic and the whole thing. Boom. That's like $500,000 we just saved them. Yeah.
So, yeah. Lord. I think we've had a lot of talking today.
Oh, look at the little baby!
And so many topics. I mean, I feel like we've bounced all over the place, which is not a bad thing for us. We kind of stayed consistent. It kind of I think it did a good motion of us chit-chatting and stuff like that. But, we got
it back around. We got it back around.
Yeah. But, again, remember, we're just two girls chatting it up, telling you guys what we've watched, what's going on in our lives. Mm-hmm. And we want to continue doing this, so we enjoy it. This is kind of like, for me, it's my mommy getaway.
And for me, I now get to sit in a room with a gajillion
pop dolls staring at you.
Yes.
They're all staring, like all of them. So, but hopefully here soon we can kind of get some maybe Facebook Reels or something like that popped up with us doing a little bit of like one specific topic chat and stuff like that. So you guys can kind of see who we are and all that good stuff.
And see some in-studio guests, like little Mau Mau, who has now gone to sleep.
Yes. I know, all the kitties kind of disappeared except for Mau Mau. He's like, I'm with my people.
He's so adorable.
I know.
So if you have any suggestions,
send us a message.
Just want to ask us a question,
send us a message.
You can email us at amusingsca@gmail.com. I shortened it. I made it, easy,
Easier.
Way easier to email us. I know that you can leave comments on Apple, on Spotify.
Absolutely.
We're on TikTok.
Boop, boop.
We're both on Instagram.
Yes.
I'm Angie's Doodles.
Mama Wolf 18. And you can kind of see like our personal lives too. That's kind of that we like to share with the world as far as exciting stuff that's going on with our fur babies, our babies, progress on our lives and stuff, and kind of get a glimpse of who we are. Mm-hmm. And hopefully, start listening to our podcast.
Listen to our podcast. Listen to our podcast.
Ha-ta-ta.
Because Mau Mau does, and if that's not a raring rave of what to listen to.
Absolutely.
I know. So, until next time.
We'll talk with you guys later. Bye.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba.